Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Random Conversations. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Noel.
And we're back with another fun-filled episode for you guys. So, how's it going so far? Have you seen the whole situation with the airport and the TSA?
I've been following it slightly. I know that freaking people there's a lot of delays because there's not a lot of workers working because they're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Right.
But I just saw that Trump signed a bill that he's going to take money out of another government regulated program in order to pay the TSA workers. So hopefully that subsides, like the long lines. People tell me who's going, oh, actually my friend's going away. I wonder how she's doing at the airport. I don't know if she's going away today or tomorrow. Anywho, I was going to tell her, good luck with all that TSA stuff going on, and you got to go to the airport like 6 hours early.
Yeah.
And I just find that so crazy. You have money for everything else, but you can't pay these people?
Right. So now you're just basically trading one disgruntled work group for another because you're taking money from one department, putting it into TSA so they could work, but now you're just creating a problem over there.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, remember when he first took office, they cut a lot of federal jobs.
Yeah.
And I think TSA workers are a part of that. Now look.
Sure. But yeah, I mean,
they took a lot of money out of government programs.
That's the problem
and they cut a lot of jobs.
That's the problem when your government officials aren't flying commercial like everybody else.
Yeah, right? They could just hop on a plane and go about their business. They don't have to worry about TSA.
Exactly.
They're not thinking about the people, like the regular folks who they're supposed to serve. And they want to get around. They need to go to places. They're not thinking about that.
Especially Trump. Trump flies private. So he don't give a damn.
He's on Air Force One and he's not going through security.
Exactly. He's not worried about none of that.
He's not worried about anything of that sort. So it's just every day is something new.
They need to amend this situation when it comes to the government shutdowns, because I believe if the government officials were suffering in their pockets the way that the regular average man and woman are, they would come to these agreements a lot quicker. But they're using the American people as bargaining chips to try to get an advantage to get what they want, and it's not fair. You know, they playing with my emotions. And I'm like, for me, the worst part about traveling and stuff like that is the whole going to the airport and waiting. And it's always been like a stressful situation for me. And that's when everything is normal. So now you telling me that we gotta go another 3 hours early in order to freaking get on your flight.
My mother would thrive in this because she loves to go to the airport like 15 hours early. I'm like, oh my God, but she would thrive in this. Like, see, we gotta go. Imagine, she used to always say, oh, we gotta be at the airport at least 3 to 4 hours early. Now with the TSA lines, she probably wanna go the night before.
Yeah, you're supposed to
She'll
go 2
start
hours
to panic.
Early. But right now, I'm not feeling like flying anywhere anyway. Between everything that's going on in the world and everything that's going on with TSA, I'll stay my black ass home. Yeah. And if I'm going anywhere, it got to be domestic, someplace I could drive.
Yeah.
You know?
And did you see the whole tragedy with the two pilots that got killed on Air Canada?
Yeah, I saw that one.
That was so sad.
Well,
that was it said that they spared their lives. Yeah, instead of if they made a sharp turn, the passengers would have gotten hit. So they stayed there so the truck could hit them instead of the people on the plane.
I commend them because I don't know if I'd have been able to make that
But
decision.
I think being a pilot, you have to do that.
You don't have to.
I think so.
You're not saying like, you better sacrifice yourself for the good of the passengers behind you. I mean,
I think so.
It's morally the right thing to do, especially because you're the one that's driving the car. The passenger is always at your mercy. So, you want to make the best decision possible to save the most lives as possible. But, it's hard to make that decision, knowing that, especially if you got family waiting for you at home and whatnot. And you're just like, okay, I'm going to just sacrifice myself for the good of these people that I don't even know. I gotta tip my hat off to these gentlemen if that's the case. It was a woman too. It
was 2 men.
It was two male pilots.
Men, yeah. According to the picture that I saw,
I gotta tip my hat off
to whoever it was,
to the pilots.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what gender they are.
If that's the case, I just want to get it right. But if that's the case, they did a noble thing, and I gotta respect that.
We're going to start off with a little serious topic. Not a fun one, but a serious one, which is very important. As of March 2026, I'm using Google AI Overview, so I'm just saying it verbatim. Ghana has successfully pushed a UN General Assembly resolution to recognize the transatlantic slave trade as a crime against humanity. Despite the resistance from the US and other nations, the resolution was adopted with 123 votes supporting the motion. This marks a significant diplomatic moment in US-Ghana relations regarding historical justice. So at the resolution, Ghana led the initiative at the UN General Assembly to address the legacy of slavery, with the U.S. voting against the motion, along with Israel and Argentina.
Right.
So the context is the move is a part of a broader push for reparations, which has garnered support from several African, Caribbean, and Asian nations, with Ghana's embassy in the U.S. advising of potential resistance. Past U.S.-Ghana relations previously...
You don't have to go into that.
Okay.
Oh my God. He's like, it reminds me of like Anchorman, when it was like, yo, he will read anything that's on the teleprompter.
I try to get my little broadcasting thing on.
Right. So yeah, I thought it was very important to talk about because it highlights, it's like, it's just a reminder to me as a black man just what the powers that be in this country still think about people that look like me, people of the same color as me. Because anyone with any decency could look at what happened during slavery times and look at the transatlantic slave trade and recognize that as a crime against humanity, the gravest, right? You basically ripped men and women and women and children from their home nations, never to see their
families
homeland ever again.
You changed their names.
Right. These people ended up losing their culture, losing their language and their practices, right? Those things we'll never get back again. You know, people, my generation, a lot of us, and a lot of generations before me and after me, we have lost our connection to the motherland, right? I don't know what tribe my ancestors hail from. I don't know what religion they practiced. I don't know any of that stuff, right? Because it was taken, you know, and it was a gesture of, it would have been a great gesture for the U.S. to recognize their part in it and to acknowledge it and to apologize for it. But they couldn't do that. Instead, as much as they like to tell us that they care about black people and how much we matter in this country, here yet again we have another example of that sentiment meaning absolutely nothing. You know, it's just lip service. You know, and then it's all, like I said, Ghana is its main agenda is to get reparations for what happened to us in the past. And of course the US, they promised us 40 acres and a mule. That number, that phrase didn't come out of thin air. That was promised to us and it never came to fruition, right? And I have a few tidbits of information that I wanted to share. I mean, a lot of us know this already, but you know, we're not the first people to request reparations, or we would not have been the first people to receive reparations for atrocities done to us. Most notably, the Japanese Americans who were placed in internment camps during World War II received reparations for their suffering to the tune of $20,000 per survivor, totaling over 1.6 billion paid over 82,000 individuals, right? And not only that, Jews after World War II received reparations, not from the United States, but primarily from Germany. But Germany was pressured by the United States to do that, right? So what's different? What's the difference between a Japanese person, a Jewish person, and a black person? What's the difference? Outside of our skin, we all the same inside. If you stripped us, you couldn't tell the difference, right? So why is it that their pain and suffering is valued more than ours? You know, I walk through this world and I don't necessarily feel like I walk with a chip. You know, but sometimes, you know, situations like this come around and it just reminds you how some people, the people in power specifically, really feel about you, right? And it just brings back all those memories of your parents telling you you have to work twice as hard as the next man in order to get to where you need to go, right? So, I felt that it was important not to gloss over something like this, because a lot of the media is kind of brushing over it, but the coverage isn't as, to me, they're not covering it as much as they should. I felt like it was an important vote, even though it doesn't have it's not legally binding. It's still powerful politically. It's a symbol. It's something that happened, and it was very visible, and it was very visible that the United States decided to vote against it. 52 countries abstained, 123 countries voted for it, and only 3 voted against it. And the United States of America, my home country, voted against it. So I'm a little upset about that. I'm a little aggravated about that, and it bothers me, because especially in this time, our government is very tumultuous right now. We have a very polarizing leader. Our country, the climate of our country is very, very tumultuous right now. Our president is very polarizing. He's not interested in bringing people together. He's more interested in keeping us apart. And this is just another example of him, toting his company line, doing what he always does, which is to keep us separate, keep us angry and arguing with each other instead of paying attention to what's really going on. And I didn't want to play a part in not pointing a finger at something that I felt was very important. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised?
No.
Why are you not surprised?
Because look at how long we've been asking for, well, I don't want to say equality, but reparations for what has happened to our ancestors in the past. Nothing. Look, I think they try to get reparations for the Tulsa fires. Nothing. So what is this going to do? Nothing.
Right. But why?
Nothing.
But why do you think that is? Why do you think that?
Because people just don't. They feel like,
why do you
okay.
think other groups like the Jews and the Japanese can get reparations for their suffering, but we can't? Why do you think?
Because some of them probably, I don't want to say still see us as inferior, even though some of them probably do. But I think, yeah, they probably still see black people as inferior. And why should we give them money?
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people view us as less than, not because they think that we're less than, but because of the way they see us depicted on on their television sets, the way they see us treat each other. You know what I'm saying? So, they're like, if you don't have no self-respect,
I mean, they all treat each other like that.
But like, you watch way more African American drug shows and shows like Beauty in Black.
But you see like the mobsters, like the mob movies, like The Godfather, and they don't see them as any different. But you got to look at also at how those movies are done. Like, you'll see a movie like Paid in Full, and it's embraced by the hood. It's a hood classic, but it's not seen as a masterpiece of cinema that transcends all races.
Like, not but it's just the way that it's done. Right. Yeah,
but it's the same thing, though. The same illegal activity is happening.
It's the same thing, but they dress it up in a way, and they
which is acceptable.
It's not acceptable, but they glamorize it in a way, right? But you got to look at those. Like, you look at the movies like The Godfather. You look at movies like Casino. You look at those type of movies. Who glorifies those movies more than black people? Look at Scarface. Who glorifies those movies more than black people?
So you're saying, like,
we want to strip it all down.
To strip it all down, they think that we shouldn't be paid anything based off the way we depict ourselves.
I don't think
it's just that.
I think it's a lot to do with that.
But I don't think it's just that, though. It's just that
underestimate
it's ingrained in their brain that I'm not going to say everybody, but it's ingrained that that we're probably not on the same wavelength as them.
But how do you think that that's ingrained? It's through media in all its forms, whether it be
It's passed down.
right. But no, you can also look, people. We make inferences about people all the time based off of the media we consume, right? Based off of what's on television, right? So if we turn on the television every day,
Last week.
happened a few days ago,
Yeah.
right? Where a little 9-year-old boy was shot in the leg in Brownsville. He was minding his own business, had nothing to do with nothing. And, people that look like us had a beef and started shooting. Hit a little 9-year-old boy, right? But you see stuff like that all the time. And it's
I don't think it's right for them to do that.
It's defeating.
I don't think it's right.
And they
Because these little things can't spoil the bunch.
But it
Those
does.
rotten apples cannot spoil the bunch.
But it does.
They don't represent they don't represent the whole community.
We know that the whole community isn't like that. But you got to understand, we know that because we live in the community.
So
We are part
what
of
makes
the
us
community.
different from everybody else? Because I'm pretty sure there's other races that these things happen. It's not just us.
The depiction of us is different, and I remember this guy was telling a story.
But it's like, why? Because every race has their own little quirks.
This guy was telling a story about
I don't get
how
it.
he was in a bar and this Russian guy approached him and he was like, he don't like black people, and he asked the guy why, and he said, because you guys are the strongest, the fastest. You know what I'm saying? You guys are.
See, they don't glorify that. They glorify the negativity.
He said you guys are a superior race, but yet you allow yourselves to be mistreated and devalued and all of this stuff. So it's like a lot of races, like the Japanese in World War II, it took two atomic bomb drops for them to give up. Like they would have rather died. Right? They had kamikaze fighters who literally blew themselves up for the cause. Right? And so you're asking people who take their national pride that seriously to then look at us and have sympathy. They're like, in their mind, it's like there's no way we would have let this happen, let that happen.
I mean, we've been fighting. Black people have been fighting, and we've gotten far from where we were.
We've gotten far, but when you look, when you look at it,
you have too many positive black figures to look at the negative and say, this is the reason why they're not getting what they get. We have too many positive black figures. You can't let this little bit spoil the whole entire bunch.
Right.
There's so many civil rights activists,
okay,
dead and alive, that they could say this is the representation of black folks and not look at the ghetto shit that you're referring to and say this is why we don't want to make the slave trade a crime against humanity.
That's they clearly see us as less than. They clearly do.
Yeah, but I don't.
They clearly do not respect us, and the reason why.
But I don't think that's right.
It's all about how we are portrayed.
They don't.
We are perceived.
They don't value us because of our race. Right. Just because we are who we are, that's the reason.
It goes deeper. Like there was.
I'm not saying that it's not.
There's been a smear campaign.
I'm not saying that that's not a part.
There's been a smear campaign that has raged against our race for centuries, right? We haven't had the greatest. We haven't had the greatest publicists. You know what I'm saying? Our image has been tarnished, not by us mostly, because I would say the vast majority of black people aren't in gangs trying to, kill other black people and stuff like that. The vast majority of us put our pants on one leg at a time, and we get up when we go to work and we make ends meet however we can, right? But how we are depicted in the media it changes the perception of people who don't live in our community and interact with us on a daily basis. You see what I'm saying? And perception becomes reality, right or wrong. I don't know.
I just feel like we have a lot of positive figures and there's a lot of positive stories about us that they can't just lump the negative. They look for the negative shit.
Yeah. Think about all the immigrants.
They dig for it and then want to say this is black people, but that's not the case.
Think about all the immigrants that come to this country not knowing America. But America has a great publicist. They pitch the land of prosperity, the land of opportunity. But when they get here, you realize
It's not the case.
It's not the case. And at this point, you're not even embraced. You're not wanted now, right? So that's why I say you underestimate the power of media. You underestimate that greatly, because a lot of people's introduction to the United States of America is through through television and film, right? So you have this dream in your head about what it's supposed to be. It's like, take for instance, when I was younger, I was in middle school and I'm going to high school, and I have this image in my head of what high school is going to be. I used to watch Saved by the Bell all the time. I'm like, yo, we're going to hang out at like McDonald's or whatever after school all the time. You're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that. And it was completely different because television isn't real life, right? But you watch enough of these shows, you have this expectation of what that is, right? Without living it. And that's my whole point. It's the counter programming against us that formulates this negative perception of us. I feel like every time we have to break that perception when we meet people, because a lot of the times people automatically assume certain things about our people, right? So I think that plays a major part. But I hear what you're saying. I always say, because my argument all the time is, because when people say, oh, the man this and the man that, and the man is keeping me down, I always like to point to, people around me in my circle who have risen above, and they own homes and they have families and they make great money and all that stuff. There's countless examples of that right in my circle of people.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
No, but we're living it.
Yeah, I understand
Right.
we're living it. I just don't
you.
feel like it's necessary for people outside of the race to just look at the negativity when there's positivity right in front of you.
But it's human nature.
We're not all bad. How come we don't look for that in other races though? Why is it always this one?
It's human nature.
I don't look for the bad people in different races. I don't. So I don't think it's right for them to look at black people, look at the negativity and say, oh, this is what they are. When there's so much positive figures and stories that come out of our race.
Right. And I agree. And I feel like those positive stories and stuff like that need to be promoted more.
But the thing is, we see it all the time. They're not blind to the fact.
Right. But a lot of us think that,
they're not blind to it.
A lot of us think that getting up every day and working a 9 to 5 and getting a paycheck and providing for your family, some people see that as corny. They look at you and be like, "Oh, you working for somebody?" Blah 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 blah.
Oh God!
Right? and
like Damon Dash.
But I'm not talking nonsense. There's a large contingent of our people who think like that, right? I remember, and if you try to be highly educated, they kind of look down on it. Yeah, like you being corny. Like I remember, I used to tell my boy like, "Yo, I like Kobe," and he used to be like, "Why you like Kobe?" That he said that nigga speak Italian. And I was like, "Wait, so speaking another language is a knock on somebody?"
And I bet you he was crying when Kobe died.
Nah, he's a LeBron fan, so he probably was like, he probably felt bad. I'm not gonna say that he was cold.
Look at Kobe. Kobe, apart from that whole situation with the girl from Colorado that he was messing around with while he was married to Vanessa, he's a positive role model. Mm-hmm. People all around the world love Kobe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we only have drug dealers and slumlords to look up to. We don't. We have whole bunch of other positive figures that we look up to way more than the negative. Mm-hmm. And they know that as well. Mm-hmm. They know that not all black people are like that.
The powers that be know that, for sure.
But they're trying to stifle it. Because you know what it is? They're the gatekeepers. Right. They're the gatekeepers, and they want to keep this negative image of black people. Mm-hmm. But it's not,
That's my point. And that's why shows like this and other shows doing good work exist, to kind of try to project positivity and the other side of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not right. Yeah. It's not right. Because you got Kobe, you got LeBron. Mm-hmm. Who else?
You got Kobe, you got LeBron, you got Denzel,
you got Denzel. You look at all the civil rights activists. Yeah, there's a ton load of
Jackson, you got
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You have everybody in the Black Panthers.
Everybody, they all human.
Rosa Parks, Maya Angelou. Oprah. Like, we have all these black figures that we look up to, and they're positive. So that right there, you know what? I'm not even, like I said, I'm not surprised that it's not happening. I really,
Do
I
you think
really
it'll
am.
ever happen? Do you think that?
I don't think
Do you
so.
think the United States will ever admit?
Do you see where we're going now? It's never going to happen.
We'll see, because
We're going backwards instead of forward when it comes to certain things like this.
This is under his regime. He's not going to last. He only has, what, 3 years? A little less than 3 years.
How
left to
long
go.
was Ghana trying to push this through?
That I'm not sure.
Because that's another thing. If it's been trying to be pushed since, like, say, the Bush or Obama days, it's never going to get put, especially here in America. Good for those other countries that say yes. We're voting yes towards it. But
Argentina.
Well, I'm not even gonna get into Argentina because they have a whole bad history when it comes to African Argentinians.
That's a big L for Argentina, and
that's not a big. They don't see that as a big L.
Not from me, personally. I don't care what they think. This is my opinion on the
But
situation.
you don't know those Argentinians. They not saying all Argentinians are bad, but I've looked into their history, and they basically whitewashed the whole entire country because they had a big black population in Argentina. And when the Spaniards came over, they whitewashed it, and it was like 1%. Like, they had a significant percentage of black people living in Argentina came whitewashed. Is like, I think it's below 1% now. And it's a very racist country from what I hear. Very racist. So I am not surprised that Argentina is on that list of saying no. Yeah. So we're going to get into a much lighter topic.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Let me see your phone. How do you feel about your significant other going through your phone?
Well, do you think it's significant? Do you think significant others should go through each other's phones?
No, I don't think so. There's a certain level of privacy that needs to be had in a relationship. Doesn't matter if you're with a person for 15 years, there's still a level of privacy and something that you call your own. You have to have that in a relationship, and that's your phone. You don't need to be looking through my phone. I mean, if you're going to look through it, you're not going to find anything, but I feel like that's an invasion of privacy because I wouldn't invade your privacy. I'm not going to go through your phone. So I wouldn't like that to be done to me. There's a situation where I wasn't doing anything. This is like somebody in the past. I wasn't doing anything, but he was like so adamant to see my phone because I would like go out and hang out with my friends and all of a sudden, let me see your phone. I'm like, no, you're not seeing my phone. Like, what's going on? And ever since then, I mean, I was adamant about it then, and I'm even more adamant about it now, especially if I'm not doing anything. I don't think you should be looking at my phone. My phone is my little sanctuary. There's a little bit of privacy. It's a little bit of, like, I could just go off on my phone and just do whatever. I don't have to worry about people, like, going in it and see what I'm actually doing, blah, 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 blah. I just don't think that it's necessary for you to be looking in your significant other's phone.
Me personally, I've never went through a significant other's phone. I can say that. I never felt like I really needed to. But I can say that there's only one situation for me where you could go through a significant other's phone, and it has to be, you can't do it for no reason at all. Like, you can't just like be like phone check out the blue and just go through the phone and check it, because it is an invasion of privacy and it's a lack of trust. And if you ain't got trust in a relationship, you're already done.
Yeah. It's like, what's the point?
Exactly.
You already showed that you don't trust me because you want to go through my phone. A lot of people do it, though. A lot of people do it.
And it shows that you lack self-esteem as well, because you just think that, you could lose it all at any seconds. You gotta have some confidence in yourself. But I mean, if your man or your lady is giving you cause to check it, like all of a sudden they switching up crazy and they staying out all hours of the night when they never used to do that, like completely moving different. Sometimes you
would that would make you look in the phone?
I wouldn't look in the phone. I would just question. I feel like if you just, to me, that would warrant looking at somebody's phone if like you're moving differently, but I wouldn't. Me personally, I think if you just sit there and observe your partner, if you're very attentive and you pay attention, you'll see things. You'll see the signs. You'll notice, changes, right? And then you ask, you inquire. You don't need to go through somebody's phone. And the way people move now, it ain't nothing to remove stuff. So it's like, you're gonna do all that, grab the phone, find nothing, and then the person will be like, "Oh, don't you feel dumb?" You know what I'm saying? Right?
And then that could alter the whole trajectory of your relationship because it's like, all right, you looked through my phone, you found nothing. So where do we go from here? Because now I can't even see you in the same way that I used to.
Yeah, now
I'm like, not trust you. It's just that now I can't even vibe with you like that because every little thing I do, you're gonna think, I'm cheating or you got to look through my phone, and that's not gonna make me comfortable. That's just actually gonna push me even further away from you because now you don't trust me. You don't trust me. You want to look through my phone. It's like. What's the point of doing this? Is this what I got to deal with for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Phone check? No. What is this? It's nonsense. I don't think people should be looking through a significant other's phone. If you have to look through somebody's phone, then that person is not for you, because obviously you don't trust that person. Therefore, break ties. Yeah. Sever the relationship because it's not for you.
Like they're giving you a reason not to trust them.
People love people. I think certain people who do that love the toxicity that it brings.
They love the drama.
They love the toxicity that it brings. And if they go through that person's phone and find what they're looking for, they're going to be pissed. But are you going to leave?
Right. Sometimes
that's the question.
You have a big ass argument, and y'all not talking for a while. You're throwing shit at each other and all that stuff. But then all of a sudden, y'all back together stronger than ever.
Yo, you dealing with her again? I can't believe you're dealing with this bitch again. Blah 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 blah. Couple, she go and she tells her friends, "Oh my God, he's doing it again, man. I looked through his phone, man." And then a couple weeks later, they back together. Yep. And then a month or so down the line, you're back to square one looking in the phone. So what is the point?
Exactly. And all your friends know the bullshit.
You gonna look through his phone.
You done with him? Yeah, okay. Yeah, back together. Like, yeah, I knew it.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Some people just love the drama. Some people feel like if there's no drama in your relationship,
they're gonna have
then the relationship there's no love.
They love toxicity.
Yeah. And
I don't know if they were brought up that way.
It's reality TV. Reality TV, I feel, messed up a lot of things for people. Like, the perception of what love looks like.
Yeah. Not. They think struggle love is what it is and how it should be. Or they find struggle. Well, all they dealt with was struggle love, right? All they dealt with was struggle love. So when somebody comes and doesn't make them struggle or doesn't make them question anything, they can't believe it's too real to be true. Oh, he's a simp. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I can't deal with this.
That shit drives me crazy when women call men simps.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, so a man wants to do things for you and treat you like the queen that you are.
Poster boy is Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and he's a
I was about to say
simp. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what do you want? Like and it goes to the bigger issue. Like women be like, oh, I want a good man, but then the good men you say are corny. We were just talking about the perception and how like some black people they feel like doing the right thing and being educated and taking care of your family and
it's a simp move.
It's corny, right? And but women say that they want that, but you get the good guy, you don't want it. So what do you think? Guys are gonna start to change their behaviors because they realize you don't want the good guy.
You want the bad one.
Exactly.
That's gonna have you crying.
And let me tell you, it's easy to be bad. You know what I'm saying? A guy can be bad. You know what I'm saying? So if you telling guys is what you want, then you're gonna have a lot of freaking.
It's called toxicity.
Mean dudes walking around here doing whatever they want to you.
And then women be like, "Oh my God, these things."
Right. Women don't realize how much they control the dating scene and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If you say you want this is what you're gonna get. If you say you want that, this is what you signal to us how we should act. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately we trying to catch you. Right? So if this is what you want, this is the bait we're gonna put out. So you guys are kind of like the architect of your own downfall in that sense. So there's no good men left. Like, because you treat the good men like shit.
Yeah, but now a lot of people are going towards those type of men, the men that people call simps.
I mean, I see
Because
now
they
that
see on social media again how the simps are treating their significant other, and they want that type of treatment as well.
they don't even know. I seen one girl was like, she was like, I just want a monogamous thug, like a monogamous gangster. Like that's what they want. They want the dude to be rough and rugged around the edges and stuff like that, but they want him to just
Be soft to her.
Yeah, be soft to her.
I could kind of get that though.
And it's like,
I could kind of get that.
You know, that's hard to find.
I mean, it's a 1 in a million. It's like a diamond in the rough, where you could be an asshole to the world and be nice to your lady.
But why do you want your man to be an asshole to everyone?
Not an asshole on purpose, but somebody that's not gonna be a pushover or certain things like that.
But they think that comes with a certain look. Like a man could be in a suit and tie and he not taking shit from nobody.
Well, yeah, that's the type of man that they want.
But how many?
They don't want somebody. It's all about the mindset, right? It's all about the mindset. You have to be smart. You have to be rough around the edges, meaning like you're not gonna be a pushover. You're not gonna take shit from anybody. But you also want that man to treat you like a queen, right?
Right. But how many men is walking around here being pushovers?
I don't know.
That's my thing. I feel like it's
some women experience that.
I think it's an appearance thing. Like they automatically assume you look a certain way, then you must behave a certain way.
Remember Russell Wilson before he got with Ciara, was in like Hawaiian shirts and shorts and flip flops.
Yeah, but look where he grew up. Look where he
I know.
Grew up. Look where he went to school. You know what I'm saying?
She came and she changed his image.
Yeah, and
people love all the women would run to his defense. Mm-hmm. They will run to his defense. I keep bringing him up, but he's basically the poster child of what these people call simps. Look what Channing Crowder said about him. What was it, like a year or so ago?
Yeah, but Channing Crowder don't even take showers, so half the time.
He doesn't?
He take like showers like maybe like twice a week or something like that.
That's what he said?
He said, go look up what he said
I'm
about
not
showers.
doing that. I'm not doing that. Ew.
Yeah, so ain't nobody told me. Yeah, if you look at
he got a lot of heat from that too.
If you look into Channing Crowder to tell you how to be a man, you fucked up already. Right?
He got a lot of backlash when he came and he said those things about Russell Wilson.
Not to say that because
he doubled down on it too.
To me, I'm not even because I don't have an issue with Channing Crowder. You know what I'm saying? I think he brings a lot of value to that. He's
podcast. He's a comedic
funny,
relief.
But sometimes he says some things that just makes me scratch my head. But me personally, I wouldn't look to him to be my male role model or my son's male role model. And he'll probably tell you he ain't trying to be nobody's role model anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And it's clear. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wouldn't look up to somebody like Channing Crowder to tell me how to be a man. I would look more so to Ryan Clark, even though
Ryan Clark. He's like, all right.
Even though I think he virtue signals too much.
Really?
Yeah, like I feel like it's borderline. It feels borderline pandering. But I still respect him. But I like Fred Taylor.
Oh,
just chill, cool, just in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gets his point across quickly. He's not too long-winded. And it doesn't
somebody like Ryan Clark is what, because he dresses up in a suit. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look like he's going to take shit from anybody.
Yeah, he's a tough dude.
And he looks like, I think he's married. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he treats his wife amazingly. Well, that's what the type.
I would assume so, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, we don't know. Yeah. We don't know. Yeah. But from the outside looking in, that's the type of man somebody would want. Well, a woman would want.
Right. And so, and
that's the type of men that I be reading in those books.
Oh my God. Our smut books, y'all.
It's not smut books. It is smut books. Kennedy Ryan, she's a great author. She's a great author. And then Tia Williams, she's another one. I like to read her books. But those are the type of men that they depict in their books. Mm-hmm. And those are the type of men that women want. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know? Anywho, that was a good conversation. A random one. You see how we go from the slave trade
all over
to let me see your phone?
We went all over there.
And now we're going to another sphere, the NBA. Mm-hmm. And their ball is shaped like a sphere. You get that?
Oh God, let's keep going.
They're like boo, 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 boo. Who's your favorite NBA player of all time?
Oh, Kobe. That's easy.
Why Kobe? Is it because he speaks Italian?
Nah, I mean that's cool, but if we just keeping it on the court, I would say Kobe. I just felt like he embodied what I thought a perfect basketball player was. He worked hard as hell. He held his teammates accountable, and he played like basketball meant the world to him. You know what I'm saying? As a fan, sometimes you feel like you care more about the outcome of the games than the actual players do on the field. Like the game is over, and then all of a sudden the players are hugging it up, dapping it up, trading jerseys and shit like that. Like you would never see Kobe doing some crap like that. Like you beat him, he's
mad.
out. He don't want to talk to you. He don't want to dap you up. He don't want to do none of that.
I used to think that was like an asshole move because LeBron be doing the same thing.
No, LeBron used to do.
Sometimes he'll just leave if they getting whooped.
He changed because when he first came in the league, with every teammate on the bench, he had a different handshake for, and he was like real chummy with the.
Well, he was young.
He was right. That's what I said. But Kobe was never like that. My man was like,
even as a rookie.
He was never like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Don't let me find a video and see Kobe dapping somebody up after a loss.
Kobe was never like that, and Kobe was a champion. You know what I'm saying? 5-time champion. I respected him because like he wasn't the most athletic. He was very athletic, but he wasn't the most athletic. He wasn't the tallest. You know what I'm saying? He got every ounce of talent and every ounce of he got everything he could out of his body. He squeezed every bit of juice out of the orange before his career was done. To the point where he popped his Achilles and still walked up to the free throw line, sunk 2 free throws, and walked off. Juxtapose that to when Jason Tatum popped his Achilles and his ass had to get carted off. Right? So, Kobe he was a different animal. Never to be seen, the likes of which never to be seen again. They say he was the closest thing to Jordan. I'm old enough to say that I've seen Jordan win his last 3 championships. And I remember vaguely.
I don't see any, so you're lucky.
Yeah, I remember vaguely, how Jordan held himself and how important it was for him to win. And then, seeing documentaries like The Last Dance and stuff like that. It showed you how important it was to him. I feel that's what's missing in the league today. I feel like players like Jokic, he don't really care. He want to win, but you could tell like he ain't living and dying on if the Nuggets win the championship or not, right? I feel it's the same way with Edwards. I think he's just happy to be making 200.
I think he wants to win.
I think he's happy to be making $250 million and to be living the lifestyle that he's living. I think if he wins a championship, he'd be happy. But if he doesn't, he'd be okay. They don't even put pressure on these players like they used to anymore. I feel like Durant was the last player who had any pressure about winning a championship. I feel like I don't hear nobody really.
I feel like later on. I feel like later on
needs to win a championship.
I feel like later on they're gonna do that with Wembanyama.
And because the expectations for him are through the roof.
That's what I'm saying.
But
later
he
on,
wants it. That's why I like.
This is his second year, right? This is his second year. In year 3 or 4, if he doesn't win anything, those expectations are gonna get
4. But like when if by year 8 he don't have nothing.
But I'm saying 3 or 4 because look at where the Spurs are right now.
Well, they're not. They're still young.
They're still young, but Wembanyama is one of a kind.
Doesn't matter.
When LeBron came, didn't they already throw the expectations on him like right after high school?
Yeah,
and when he got drafted into the NBA?
But they thought he was going to be the second coming of Michael, right?
He kind of was.
Wemby, no, Kobe was. Chill out. Wemby, I like Wemby because like Kobe, you could tell that he cares about the game. Yeah. You saw when he hit the game winner to clinch their playoff spot. You'd have thought they won like the freaking championship. No. They was acting like the Knicks when they won the NBA Cup.
The Knicks weren't going crazy when they won the NBA Cup.
They was mad hype. Did y'all hang a banner or some shit?
No, they didn't hang a banner.
Oh, thank God. I thought y'all was going to hang a banner.
Because that's not what... That's not the ultimate goal. It's a goal.
What's the ultimate goal for y'all?
You know what the goal is for the Knicks.
Eastern Conference Championship?
No. You know what the goal is for the Knicks. Stop playing with me.
Y'all ain't hanging no goddamn
Stop
banners.
playing with me.
They was about to retire Josh Hart's jersey after they won the NBA Cup.
No, they were not. Yeah, they were. Cut it out. Cut it out. Anyway, can I tell you who my favorite NBA...
Yeah. Who your favorite NBA player? Yeah. Scottie Pippen?
Scottie Pippen.
I like Scottie Pippen, though. He's
but
like
why would he be my favorite?
Players.
I was
Can I
Who
guess
is it?
Can I guess it?
Who is it?
I already know it. You already told me.
All right, then.
So you go ahead and tell me.
Then why would you say that?
It's AI.
Yes, I love Allen Iverson. I think he is the first NBA player that I actually started to watch when I was a child. I believe it was the year that they went to the finals against the Lakers. He was on the seven.
Whizzed.
It was against the 70. He was on the 76ers and he played against the Lakers. And I think he was very transcendent because he was the first NBA player. He was very skillful.
Yeah.
A very skillful player. And he also kind of like crossed the line when it comes to fashion in the NBA. I remember when his mom was braiding his hair before a game, the way he would dress going to the games, his posture, his demeanor during press conferences.
He looked like he was part of the St. Lunatics.
he was the NBA player that resonated most with black culture.
Yeah.
He was that person.
He started it. And then all of them started wearing the baggy clothes and the tattoos.
Yeah, because everybody
wasn't all tatted like that.
People used to go, well, the NBA players used to go to the games in full tailored suits. AI wasn't doing that. He was not doing that. He was wearing his regular clothes, and that's when everything changed in the NBA. He was being himself. He was unapologetic, and I think that's what gravitated a lot of people towards AI. So that's why he is my favorite player. Like I mentioned, he's the first one I actually started watching, and I knew who they were. Before Shaq, before Kobe, before Jordan, I think I knew who AI was before Jordan. And Jordan was the generation before me, or when I really started to watch it. So that's why I have to say AI. And he will always be my favorite player because I can't even think of an NBA player that I like more than him.
Right. But you know what's crazy? You said when did you start liking him? When was it?
I was a kid.
No, when was the period?
I think it was like 2001, 2000.
When they went to the finals, right?
Yeah, that year.
That's when you started watching him in the finals.
Well, not in the finals, but leading up to the finals. I remember like All-Star Weekend. He was like the main attraction. Yeah. Oh, I also like Stephon Marbury.
Yeah.
I liked him as well.
When he was a Knick, right?
When he was a Knick. Yeah. I was like, oh, Stephon, blah, blah, blah. And then I like Carmelo, but nothing beats Allen Iverson for me.
Yeah. No, actually, Shaq and Kobe beats Allen Iverson.
Okay.
But, yeah, whatever.
But
I was like, you did.
The man is still one of the greatest NBA players ever.
Sure.
He's in the 75,
maybe
right?
He probably like 70.
He is not 70. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But let me tell you something, though.
He's the greatest 76er of all time.
She knew Allen Iverson before she knew all of them, but she damn sure knew Kobe and Shaq after 2001.
Okay.
Right? After they
actually, I didn't.
That ass.
You know who?
What you mean you didn't?
You know when I?
Goddamn.
You know when I really started to pay attention to like other players other than him? Well, Kobe specifically, and not to be negative, is when that whole thing happened.
So after the three championships,
the controversy.
After the three
and
championships,
then after that, when his career not rebounded, but people started to forget and started to see him as just the NBA player again. That's when I really didn't like Kobe.
He was a different Kobe then, because he used to be like, before the allegations and everything,
he was a little bit more jovial.
Yeah, because he was on.
He was a rapper.
He was projecting a certain mystique, a certain aura, right?
Yeah.
So, because at that point he was a pitch man. He had McDonald's, he had Sprite, all these people. He was in
a Destiny's Child video.
All these different. He was dating Brandy. All this.
I don't think he was dating Brandy. I think that was
he took her to prom, whatever.
Yeah.
So he was building his brand. Then when all that happened and everything fell apart, he decided.
According to these men,
he decided when he came back after all the hate and all that stuff that he experienced, he was like, you know what, F everybody. I'm gonna just be me, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And so he became like an asshole to certain people, But I like that because it's like, you know what, I'm tired of being fake. You know what I'm saying? I was fake. Y'all didn't appreciate me. Y'all took everything.
I don't think he was fake.
He wasn't being his true authentic self. What you saw after all of that is a complete departure from what you saw when. I mean, he still worked hard. He still was in the gym. But in terms of his demeanor towards the media, in terms of how you saw him interacting, it was
maybe it was just towards the media.
He got way more serious.
Towards the media.
Way more serious. But that's how we interact with him. You see what I'm saying? That's how our interaction with him is how he interacts with the media. When they stop him in the middle of the game
thank God for social media because you could see him past that.
Right. I mean, but the game is over now, right? You know, he had his kids and everything to live for. He was very happy. All the pressure about winning championships, about trying to catch Jordan, you know, worrying about legacy, all that was gone now. Now he was on a different path, and he was enjoying life. He said he was enjoying his kids and taking them to school and getting his daughter Gianna
into basketball
and getting her, doing that whole thing with her. Like, he was really starting to enjoy life, and then
taken away.
Things took a tragic turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. When I really started, like, when I really didn't start to like Kobe is because he kept winning. And he kept beating the teams that I liked. So I understood,
wait, you tell he kept beating the teams that you like, but I never seen the Knicks in the finals?
I'm talking about in the regular season, Duh,
yeah, regular season.
Duh.
Yeah. I mean, who pays attention to regular season?
Everybody does.
Even back then, nobody paid attention to regular season.
Anyway, Allen Iverson is my favorite player. Yeah. And on top of everything that I mentioned about him, I was like, oh my God, this man is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Women, you ask a woman who she like in sports, and it's always down to their looks. They don't give a goddamn if he.
No,
good.
But he was really good though.
Yeah, they don't.
He
care.
was really good.
Look at Jalen Hurts. Women falling out.
But he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but now he ass.
He not ass.
You saw last season.
Anyway. I don't really care.
He like the black Tim Tebow.
I was happy that he won a Super Bowl because I like him.
He got paid
but
too. I'm happy he got paid.
Now it's over. Like, you got your Super Bowl. Now it's time for my Giants to do something about you and your team. Now it's over. Like, I was happy when it happened because, you know, you got to root for everybody. That's what Issa Rae said. I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Mm-hmm. Why are you looking like that?
Because the Giants ain't never going to win nothing again.
Shut up. Stop being a Debbie Downer.
Outside of two miracles. Y'all got two legit championships.
And they need to stop playing around and sign back OBJ. You see that man at that Fanatics Fest or whatever? He still has it. He still has it.
He had a better chance of joining the Knicks than freaking joining
He
the
still
Giants.
has it. Give him a chance. Let him retire a Giant. God, I don't know what's wrong with them.
No, they don't
let that man retire a Giant.
They don't want their young players.
And stop it. Cut it out.
They don't want their young players going to Miami in the middle of the season.
That was 10 years ago, like literally 10 years ago. Stop holding that against him.
Well, that's my thing. If I don't forget it, you think the people in the Giants organization
are
going to forget
petty.
it?
See, this is what I'm talking about. You could do a million good things, but that one negative thing that you do, it tarnishes your whole trajectory or your whole career, and that should not be. Actually, that even tarnished his career because he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have. But that one little negative thing, people will always bring it back. And it's like we've moved so far. Is that so far removed from where we are right now? It's like, why people keep bringing it up? It's like the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna thing. Chris Brown beat up Rihanna like damn near 20 years ago, and certain people still bring it up. Like, she's moved on, he's moved on. Why do you keep bringing up negativity? Like, let it go.
Yeah, I mean, if it was my sister, I'd never let that go. Every time I see you, it's on sight. But I mean, I don't have any emotional connection to Rihanna and stuff like that.
She forgave him.
Yeah. And to all accounts, it seemed like she kind of.
They said she was like the instigator,
yeah.
But she forgave him though. Like, that's their business. I can understand because you, like, say if that was your sister, you have a personal connection to it. Mm-hmm. But people from the outside keep bringing it up, and it's like, all right. They both moved on. I was about to say she's. I'm just talking in general because people still bring it up.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
but that's the same thing like Kobe when he passed away. All of a sudden, all that stuff that people never talked about
why as people we keep always bringing up negative, like the negativity.
And I love you said that because now it brings it back full circle to when we were talking about with the UN and black people perception and stuff like that, and how we always dwell on the negative.
I know
it's human nature to dwell on the negative,
but it should not be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
Your kid has 6 classes, gets 5 A's and 1 C plus, and you're gonna focus on that C plus.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? That C plus is gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You're a celebrity. You have an Instagram page, 150 million followers. You have a post you just put up, it's going viral, and you have 99.9% positive comments. You're gonna fixate.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not dwelling. I'm not dwelling on the negative comments. I'm not dwelling on the negative comments.
You fixate on the negative comments that we get.
No, I do not.
The little 15 comments we be getting.
No, I don't.
And you do. Oh, they killing me. They taking
I'm like, oh, they're killing me. All right. And that's it. Do you see me? Do you see me caring?
You don't even look at the comments no more. You can't even take it.
Oh my God, Noel, don't do that.
You can't take
That's
it.
not true.
You look at the comments with shades on. You can't even look at
That
them
is
directly.
not
You gotta
true.
have a barrier between your eyes and the comments. You can't even take it.
He's over here bullshitting. That is
I
not
ain't
true.
bullshitting.
I don't care. I read it. I read the little comments that we get.
Why they hating on me?
Noel, I don't do that. Cut it out. Anyway, because that is far beyond from the truth.
100% the truth.
No, that's not the truth.
Y'all gotta be kind to her because she can't take it.
Why are you such a bully?
What?
You are a bully.
I'm not a bully.
Yes, you are.
I don't like the perception that you're making for me.
Because it's true. Obviously, they're going to see it.
I'm not a bully. I'm
Anyway.
a truth teller. I speak truth to power.
Anywho, yeah, that's crazy what you just did. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Random Conversations. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Noel.
And you can
like, subscribe, comment. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. If you like what we're doing, let us know. Leave it in the comments below. If you feel like if you have any topics that you'd like for us to cover in the future, let us know in the comments as well. We appreciate you guys' support, and we want to keep bringing out content just like this to you every single week. We enjoy it, and we appreciate you guys.
have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Whatever.